And I'm back with another video, guys, today. And today we're doing a Call of Duty World Championship wrap-up video. As you guys saw our pool play video from a while ago, we were making some predictions on who would make it out of pools. I was going to try to make one out of, regular just bracket play, but I unfortunately couldn't. I tried recording the video, but it just came out really shitty, and I'm kind of recording at the same time as, you're pretty much watching this. As you can see, it's 6:59 in the morning. I tried to do that with the bracket, but it was just way too rushed, and I have a little bit more time this morning to do it. So we're gonna do a Call of Duty Champs recap here. As you guys can see, E United ended up winning the Call of Duty World Championship 2019, the last champs tournament of the era of COD. If you guys don't know why this is such an important tournament, an important win, is because Champs is kind of like the Super Bowl of Call of Duty. It is one of the Super Bowls of esports. It is right there up with the Invitational for Dota, Evo for Smash, Worlds for League of Legends, the season finale, or I guess the Overwatch League Finals for Overwatch. What else? I guess this is Worlds for Halo as well, but this is the Worlds for Call of Duty. This is like the Super Bowl. This is the big one. This is the biggest trophy, the biggest prize pool, the biggest way to make money. As you guys can see, E United took the dub. Now this is actually really surprising. I knew that they had peaked probably at the right moment to start finally playing their best Call of Duty. Looking back at the beginning of the season, they got second place at the first event, which was Vegas. Optic won that, and they got coming up to Fort Worth. They fell a little bit early to like a 5th, 6th, I think, which was kind of a disappointment. After that, we had London, which they actually came second again to 100 Thieves, losing in Anaheim in grand finals. They were obviously from the losers bracket, so it was really hard. And then I think they came in third at Anaheim, which is when Gen G played 100T, and they obviously 100T won that. And a lot of people were saying 100T came second here again at CWF Champs, but I think they peaked way too early when it came to the tournament, and the game in general. So what I mean by that is kind of like they got really good and better than everybody else a little bit too early. Everybody kind of like, over the years and over the time that the game is out, over the 6 or 9 months, however long it is that the game is out, everybody's getting better at that game to finally play their best for the last 2 or last 3 big championships, which is the finals of the Pro League and Champs, obviously. And that's what E United did better than anybody else, and that's why I think they were the best team of Black Ops 4. They probably had the highest placings, with like 2 second places, a 3rd place, and like a 6th place maybe. They were number 1 in league play, or pretty much the league. So I really like what they did this year. Last year in World War II, when they had the LAN League, they didn't really take it too serious. Obviously, it was a different roster, and it was only a core 4. They didn't really take it too serious, and it bit them in the ass at the end, when obviously they unfortunately didn't win a tournament last year. And this year, they obviously took the LAN League super serious, played it like it was a bracket match against whoever it was, and it paid off for them. When a lot of teams didn't do that, they were doing that. So it was really, really important for them to do that. So congrats to them. Clayster now in the 2+ ring category, and then we have 4 brand new champions: Arcides, Simp, Abizi, Prestini, and obviously United as an organization get a shit ton of money when it comes to recognition and stuff like that. United is one of those organizations where they're kind of small. They're not a big organization by any chance, or by any sense of the word. It's kind of like how when Denial won, and it was just really cool. It's going to really help United when it comes to next year in franchising. This means a lot for the organization. They're going to really be helped out when it comes to you know, when it comes to, you know, getting funding for a franchise spot, especially if they want to stay in Call of Duty. That's the beautiful ring, Call of Duty 2019 World Champions. It's actually fucking insane. There's this hilarious clip when they won. Pristini won their champs. When they won the ring, he actually dropped his ring. As you can see, Simp is the MVP of the tournament. And right there, he says, "You deserve it." Right there. You deserve this. Right there. That just goes to show how humble he was. He's already won MVP of the last tournament, so it was actually pretty crazy. On a side note, Benson won the, you know, trading shots. Probably never gonna happen again, but you know, it's pretty cool. Overall, a great tournament. You know, Simp went off. United obviously went off. 100T came in from loser bracket round 1 all the way to the grand finals. They weren't able to reset the bracket, thank God, because that would have been a fucking long ass series, and it was just insane. When it comes to, you know, all of that, at the end of that, we have franchising. There's actually some rumors about the 2020 franchise that will be coming along, coming with obviously this information kind of leaked from Dexerto, and some other news. You see, we have for the Call of Duty World League 2020, we have to have 7 to 10 players per team, similar to how Overwatch, maybe a little bit less. Minimum salary of 50K. I don't know if 50K a month or 50K a year. I would hope it would be a month, because that's just an insane amount of money. And they expect to be a slot worth $45 million by 10 years. And I don't know how that's going to happen. You guys know my feelings towards the CDL or TWL, whatever they end up calling it. I don't know if it's going to work, the Call of Duty World League, at all, to be completely honest. It's not an advertiser-friendly game. So big name advertisers like T-Mobile, like how Overwatch has it, probably won't come in. We'll obviously keep our G fuels, our game fuels, and stuff like that, but I don't know if it'll be that successful. If you guys ever heard of the H1Z1 league, that was the thing, and it did not work, because H1 is not a advertiser-friendly game, and obviously you need advertising funding to keep it all running. So I don't know how it's gonna go. Media rights were gonna be worth $20 million. So that's really crazy, and they're expanding to 28 teams, which is actually more than the Overwatch League. Other than that, this is just overall general, like a really weird atmosphere, post-tournament, post-season atmosphere. We don't know what to think, we don't know how to feel. So it's actually really crazy, but that's pretty much all the information when it comes to that. I'll obviously make some more more content about it later. And I don't know if they're going to keep these names like Call of Duty Minnesota and Call of Duty LA and Call of Duty Texas and Call of Duty Troy or Call of Duty Toronto. Because you can just see it's COD MN, Call of Duty Minnesota. That's the name of the team. I don't know if it's going to change it to anything else, kind of like how the Overwatch League has it, like the Houston Outlaws, like a team like that. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully they make it a little bit more branded right, other than just COD Minnesota, you know, and all that stuff. Optic had a great tournament, placing 3rd. If you guys don't know, this is pretty much the end of Optic Gaming as we know it. We cannot go into next year calling the teams Optic Gaming. They have to be something like, Overwatch related or Call of Duty related. So if you guys don't know, the Houston Outlaws, an Overwatch League team, is owned by Optic Gaming, but they're not called Optic Gaming because, they just can't do that unless the organization only participates in Call of Duty and nothing else. They cannot be named an original name that they have. So for Optic Gaming, if you guys don't know, they've pretty much dropped all their other teams, which are great teams, all their Halo teams, all their Counter-Strike, Overwatch, CSGO. They've dropped them all except the Call of Duty team, because all Call of Duty teams, obviously the last one, that has a season to compete in. And now that that's over, we don't even know if they're gonna have a Call of Duty team. So we don't even know what's gonna happen to Optic. I don't know what's gonna happen to Optic. Nobody knows. So they do have the LA spot. Optic does. So what they'll probably just have their name is Optic, LA Optic. They can't change the name to Optic Gaming or any of that. So we'll have to see what happens. It's just a weird situation with them. And that's pretty much about it for the Champs Recap. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 season. I'm not going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 ever again. Fuck that game. It was not enjoyable to play, but I can see how it was enjoyable to watch. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.